What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. Man, we gonna do something a little bit different today, man. I finally took time to look at one of these podcasts to kind of catch me up on what's going on with the trial with Sean with Diddy, and man, this motherfucker crazy, man. I heard some stuff, man. I had to rewind it back maybe two or three times to make sure that I actually heard what they were saying, and I'm thinking, dang, man, uh, this mother, this is an extra freaky stud here. I mean, this is super freaky. I'm just listening to the stuff. Some dude named the Punisher. He said Puff had Astro Glide, baby oil. He said this mother was sitting in the corner with like a mask on where you can't where all you can see is his eyes, and you know man, you know how weird that shit had to be, man. You go somewhere to be with a woman, and she got her freaky ass husband sitting in the corner in the dark with a dashiki or whatever the fuck he had on his face, staring. Man, I ain't never heard no shit like this, especially out no brothers in my life. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. Then they said something about, said, oh man, man, it's hard to say this shit. They said something about he was having, the girl said he would have the dude shoot off in Cassie's mouth or whatever. And then she spit the shit back out on his chest or whatever and play around with it, man. What the fuck wrong with that motherfucker, man? I just couldn't believe the shit I'm hearing, man. And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I don't know if he don't racketeer, but I mean, I heard enough, I think they can prove the sex trafficking, I think, he was flying dudes in from Atlanta and different places, man. I'm thinking to myself, man, you got all this motherfucking money. You famous. You got all these different women. You can just pick which one you want. And this the shit you want to be doing. Then, then I think they said something about they had him and the sex worker whatever was pissing in Cassie's mouth so much where she started choking and shit. Ooh, man, I'm thinking, man, nasty bitch, man. And yeah, I feel bad for. I mean, he dogged her all the way out. I mean, shit, this shit was worse than what R. Kelly did. Just listening to it in court, and I'm thinking, this girl sat up there and said all that shit on the stand, so that means her mama and father done heard about this bullshit. I think that's another thing where they can prove extortion. When she broke up and went to mess with this other dude, they said he made her parents pay him $20,000, or he was gonna release one of them freak off tapes. And I'm thinking to myself, $20,000. Shit, man, he probably tipped that much money. I mean, why would you press them people, some regular people, for 20 G's, and you know damn well you would throw something like that away and won't even remember it no more. I mean, just a black-hearted motherfucker. I mean, this thing, man, this dude, like I said, I don't know exactly about if they gonna be able to prove Rico, but I seen enough stuff where he need to go to jail. He need to go to jail for a little while. This shit ridiculous, cause yeah, true enough, Cassie was 19 when he started dealing with her, but I mean, you 38, she 19. You from Harlem. I don't know where she from. You've been in the game since you've been in college. You done been with all these professional, intelligent, rich women. You done been with thotties. His experience was so much past her. I mean, it wasn't no way she could compete with him mentally in that relationship. And then, as far as sexually, she was in trouble because this man, 38, 39 years old, the experience he got, ain't no kid gonna know how to go in there and gonna be able to go in there and perform, especially if he in any shape, like a man of his age with his experience back there. So, and, he probably turned out in the very beginning. She was turned out. I really believe that because when she came there, the girl did have it. I mean, she did have talent, man. Remember she had a hit album out when they first got together. But I don't think she did much more after that. Straight up, I think he had her signed to a 10 album deal. So some of these other bras that I listen, when I was listening to it, I feel like they full of shit. But Cassie, I feel like she the main one. Cause you gotta look at it. She 19. Uh, the he tricked her into signing a 10 album deal. 10 albums. Do you know a lot of motherfuckers do their whole career and don't make nowhere close to 10 albums? That's a lot of fucking songs she would have to come up with, and so she was damn near. So she was basically tied to him forever, and especially at least in her mind, she don't know how to go about breaking no contract, and even if she did, she didn't have the finances or whatever to pay a lawyer to go out there and straighten that. And although she was a good singer, she wasn't no Beyonce or no Aaliyah, nobody. She wasn't like that. So, she somebody would have, true enough, yeah, they wouldn't have mind signing her, but she didn't have talent where you gonna go out your way and tear the dough down to sign her. So when he started threatening her, like when she didn't want to do this shit, he would always threaten her, put them tapes out. And if y'all can remember, 50 Cent said he seen one time and called him. And he said, the first thing Puffy was asked, he said he didn't deny it. All he asked him was, where did you get it from? So he had already done some old sucker shit like that to her before. So in her mind, he paying for her crib. He under contract. She under contract with him. She was in love with the dude, and this motherfucker got all these old super freaky ass desires. And once she started doing it, for her, it was almost like no way out. And some of them other ones, I don't give them the same pass that I give Cassie, but I really do feel like she got manipulated in the worst way. Now she probably, people were saying how she started acting well. Hell yeah, as time went on, she started getting used to having money. So she probably was getting a little, being a little snobbish. But besides that point, how you think, she know what she been doing at night? She know what she been doing in them hotel rooms that other people don't know about. You don't think that fuck with her not knowing who he done said something to about this shit? He kept her in a state of all the time thinking at any moment he can just ruin her whenever he felt like it, because the way he set it up, he wasn't in the videos from what I'm hearing. He was sitting in the back orchestrating. So when he showed the tape, they ain't gonna see him. And like I said, I mean, I really felt like she was, I could see her being trapped and forced into doing a whole lot of fucked up shit, man. And I just can't understand why he did that. I already didn't like him because I felt like, allegedly he had something to do with what happened to Big. And it's starting to look like he had something to do with Pac's situation too. But definitely, I felt like he was he was the one that set Big out there like that, and that's why I feel that sometimes, maybe, you may get, you could do some real fucked up shit in life, and you may not get caught for that particular thing you did. But just like what he going through now, I think sometimes the stuff you did, you just can't outlive it. And it may not catch up with you for that reason, but it done caught up with him. Because now he's stuck in jail. He got all this motherfucking money. He can't bail himself out. You gotta imagine, he catching hell, and there's somebody like him with all, used to living the way he living, to be stuck up in a box. And your life is in these lawyers' hands. It ain't like you out of jail where you can really stand on top of them and see what the fuck they doing. So this man done fucked his life up on some old uh freak shit, just dumb shit. And I just like all these different drugs, what they call this shit, ketamine. I don't even know what the hell that is. Pink cocaine. One of the bras said sometime he used to be shaking so bad she was scared, something was gonna happen to him. And I was like, and I guess they figured they try to make it seem like because he was doing these drugs, that's why he did that. It don't make no motherfucking difference why you did it. You don't get the shit. The drugs you was doing that was illegal, so you don't get no pass for no shit like that. I mean, some of the stuff his lawyers is saying, all the money he spent, I would want a better defense than that, straight up. But I don't think you can. A lot of this shit just indefensible. This one broad got a gang of text messages, all kind of shit. But the crazy part about that, this broad says she felt pressure because he was paying her rent, and if she felt like if she didn't do the little freak offs or whatever, he wouldn't pay her $10,000 a month rent. Bitch, get your ass out of $10,000 a month spot when you can't afford no shit like that. You gonna have to get out of that. You was gonna have to get out any motherfucking way. How you gonna get an apartment for $10,000 a month? You ain't got no motherfucking job. So like I said, I think he going. I think if he get a lot of time, it's gonna be for the shit that he thought he got away with, but God sat back and just waited. Probably trying to give him the opportunity to repent and stop that shit. But instead, he just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And now it's time to pay the piper. And ain't nobody feeling sorry for him. I'm quite sure if he was this fucked up, he did a lot of stuff in front of people, probably with her, and people just looked the other way. And that's probably why a lot of people don't want to say nothing about this shit, because they don't want to feel like, make it seem like he was doing the shit around them, and they didn't try to stop him or say nothing about it, man. This dude done fucked his life up on some bullshit. I couldn't believe the stuff I was hearing, man. And like Cassie, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. If I'm her husband, bullshit about nothing. Soon as we walked out that courtroom after she done talked about drinking all this piss and shit like that. Hey, look here, baby. I'll stay with you until the baby born and you able to get out the hospital and shit like that. But I got to get the fuck on. I ain't gonna be able to deal with you like this. I know you did some things, but I didn't know you was over there gargling piss till you the motherfucker choked and all this kind of shit, man. I just, man, when I look at her and look at pictures of her, she don't even look the same with that shit. He basically used that motherfucking bitch for a toilet. Pissing and nutting all in her mouth. I mean, she basically was a human toilet for the motherfuckers. And he got random niggas pissing all on you and pissing in your mouth. What the fuck is that about? What on earth is that about? And that just goes to show you how these women ain't hit no shit out here no more. Man, I feel sorry for these young dudes who got to pick a wife out of a lot of this mess out here. Now, if it wasn't for this court case, would nobody know other than a close circle that she was getting down like this? And, man, you got to be real careful dealing with these bras. These motherfuckers supposed to be real pretty, bad bitches, and to be around somebody these motherfuckers go out here and drink piss and hell and everything. I mean, that goes to show you just how bad and how much these motherfuckers will do to be out there flossing with their little Louis bags and Chanel bags and looking like they got it going on. But you said, it ain't. You can't tell me it's worth it to live a certain way if you gotta sit up here and get pissed on and get just treated like a straight hooker. Got 3-4 different niggas blowing your back out while a motherfucker watch you, and this is and you justify that by saying this is how you get your rent paid. You a prostitute. Point blank period. You a prostitute. So the sex trafficking and all that shit done proved itself, if you ask my opinion. For me, I just can't believe this motherfucker like that. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. if I was one of his homies, I wouldn't even let that motherfucker watch my dog. I would be scared to leave my dog with that motherfucker. Diddy, he fuck around and get high. Ain't no telling what he might do. From what I'm hearing these folks say, this last chick said she think he wished he was a beautiful woman and he was the one getting his back beat out. And now I was like, man, and these bras would sit up there and go along and put up with all this kind of shit just to be close to that money and to live a certain type of way. There is no integrity, no morals. I mean, no character. You know, this man, these young motherfuckers is fucked up, and Diddy is worse because you been dogging him out like that. Why would you get that young girl and treat her like that? And just ruin her. I mean, that girl is ruined. The dude who with her, I mean, you know, you got to give him credit, but it ain't nowhere in hell I can hang in there with this after I found out you been doing all that kind of shit right there. How I know you don't fucking like it and you kept doing it? How much piss you been drinking? You know, I'd be scared to kiss that mother. I mean, I hate, man, whew. I gotta say, man, you know, I hadn't been listening to it, but man, hearing what I heard last night, that shit just blew my mind. I just was like, this might be the weirdest motherfucker I ever heard of in my life, especially as far as being a brother. I ain't never heard of no brothers doing all this whole off the wall ass shit this dude into, man. So this is why I say, no, he ain't gonna get no sympathy out here from nobody. He on his own, him and them lawyers and his family. And I can't even be mad at nobody for not rocking with him, because this dude is, man, don't nobody want to have no ties to no shit like this. But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.